The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning into Armed Radio tonight. My name is Shannon.
And I am Bill.
And we are your hosts for Talk Live Paranormal tonight, broadcasted out of Boston, Massachusetts.
Yay!
Real quick, I just want to apologize to everybody out there listening tonight that we did have a special guest coming on, Juanita, a psychic medium. She had some technical difficulties with the software that we used to have her on. So she is going to be on next Wednesday, so I apologize for that. But we got plenty to talk about tonight. And Bill, I know you guys did a private investigation this weekend. See, I can't even talk.
Wow. What's up with that?
I don't know. I've been yawning for the last 20 minutes. It's going to be a long but short show, I'm sure.
Oh, it'll be a good one. Always is.
So, where did you guys investigate at? Well, what area? Obviously, because of privacy, you can't tell exactly where you were.
We were in the state of Iowa at a private home that has been having the young gentleman who's in the house has been having some issues. They've been hearing noises. They've been the young man has actually been talking to people that aren't there, and which wouldn't be anything weird except for every now and then it might ask, what is your mom wearing? Why is your mom in there doing this? And when his mom would ask him, what did you just say? He gets this like almost evil look in his eyes and like, nothing you wouldn't understand, leave me alone. It's just like something else is almost controlling him. Then when this couple's laying in bed and they're sitting there and the covers are moving, or let's see, what was the one that freaked out the guy? He was laying on he's on the left side or the right side of the bed. His wife's on the right side or left side of the bed. See, I can't talk either.
Yep.
It's going to be a long show. So she's up on her left side facing away from him. He's up on his right side facing away from her. And he hears this noise, and he feels like somebody's staring at him, and he sees something there, and he starts waving his arm, and he goes, what are you doing? Get up. And she reaches over and smacks him on the back and goes, what's wrong with you? So he's seeing almost full apparition right there next to him.
Like overlooking him or something?
Yeah, just standing there staring down at him. And then you were talking about something, I couldn't remember what you called it, sleep paralysis. He feels that, or he's screaming in his head, and he can move his eyes, and he can see his wife laying next to him, but he can't move, and he can't scream out loud, and it was really messing with him bad. So we spent pretty much the whole night up there. The couple actually, the boy went to, I think, Grandma's house, and the couple stayed with us. They walked through, and they did everything with us. We got some strange EVPs, and I apologize to everybody. We don't have those EVPs because we're still listening to them and trying to download them. But I do want to say, I know they're probably not listening, the couple, but if they are, thank you very much. They did something that a lot of people don't do, and I wish people would realize they could actually do this. He took his tablet, and there's I guess there's a live video motion sensor app that you can download on the tablet, or something you can download, that every time something would happen in that boy's room, it sends him an alert to his phone and sends him the video. So in the middle of, is it like a free app? I think so. I'm going to try to get with him and I'll let everybody know which one it is, because I think that would be great for any investigation, period.
But or even anybody that has kids.
Yeah, bingo. So he put his tablet in the boy's room and just has it up in the corner on all the time, and he'd get the boy sitting up in bed and looking around wide awake and just you see, I guess a couple of them, you can see him reaching out and like he's shaking someone's hand, and then he's pointing and he's having almost like an argument, and his mouth is not even moving, but you could tell he's having some sort of a conversation with something.
Like it's all like in his head or something.
Yeah, but the weird thing is they're like, well, he's sleepwalking. So that's what somebody said. And you watch those. He's not sleepwalking. I've seen people sleepwalk. I've seen people sleepwalk with their eyes open, and they don't have any clue they're doing it.
Does he have a history of sleepwalking?
No. And I've never seen anyone sleepwalk and blink. They're always just like they're staring. When their eyes are open, they're solid open all the time. He's blinking. He's moving around. He's in bed. He's getting up on the edge and looking down. When the first time we went up there, because this is like the third time we've been up there to help him, we gave him some stones. I don't remember what stones Michelle gave him. It's kind of like protection stones to kind of help calm him down. They're gone. He doesn't remember where they're at. All he knows is that he was told to get rid of them. They didn't need to be there. And we tore his room apart. His mom's like, he isn't here, let's go. We did find out the little boy sneaking candy late, in the bed, because we found a whole pile of candy wrappers in the corner of the bed. But it's really weird. The couple, we had them help us do the blessing when we did a cleansing and a blessing right before we left. And they both have come back and said that they feel so much better. And it's like the house felt lighter and more. After
you guys went in there?
Yeah, it felt much calm. There's more of a calmness to the house. Now, they haven't said anything yet, but since the boy wasn't there, if we did it right, he should be very confused when he gets back. He always talks about his friends. I'm gonna talk to my friends. And we're like, well, hey, why don't you call your friends and have them come over? And he's like, because they're dead. Well, and that's what he's saying. So
he'll be confused because they probably won't be around as much if they're still there.
They won't be there at all. So it should really, really throw a wrench into what he's thinking, because like he's probably thinking, I'm going to come in and talk to these guys, and I'm hoping that they're just not there. We also gave him some, we called it monster spray to help him out when he's trying to sleep and he can't sleep or something's bugging him. It's actually holy water with sage oil in it. And we gave it to him and told him it's a little misting bottle to help him try to get it into, if it's just in his subconscious, to help him spray it, or, he sprays it before he goes to bed. Leave me alone, and sprays it in the air. Or if something's there and he wants to go away, and monster spray, go away. So he sprays this, and we're hoping that'll help him, A, get some sleep, and not be waking up, and B, make him feel a little bit more in control of what's going on. There's been some speculation and talk that he may have some abilities that, are
he's not aware of.
Yeah, and he doesn't know what to control or how to control it. And if he does, I hope we can help him out and get someone there that can actually talk to him and see, excuse me, can see if he does have some abilities. Because if he does, and they can actually teach him to use these abilities early, I'm going to go work for him too. So he can take me to places, and we can go out and investigate stuff. So, but yeah, it was a little different one. It's nice getting back every now and then. We love doing the big ghost hunts, but every now and then just doing those little ones. I'm sorry, we're changing it from ghost hunts to paranormal investigations.
What?
Well, we were joking about it on the drive up there. I'm not Emma Fudd. I can't go, but I'm ghost hunting. We're paranormal investigators. So it is what it is. Yeah, no kidding. So, did you do anything this weekend?
I did not.
What? Why not?
I'm kind of I'm not on hold. I'm just kind of waiting till after I get a couple things taken care of before I can get back on the schedule.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get you back on with us somewhere.
Well, I want to go back out to Missouri State Penn, and then Michelle and I talked earlier about she'd like to get me out there with you guys at Edinburgh.
Oh, heck yeah. I think you'd have a blast at Edinburgh.
And then we got to find time in the off time to go to Octagon Hall.
What's Octagon Hall? I can't even say it.
Octagon.
What is Octagon Hall?
That's the one that I talked to
wait,
Fournier about.
Wait. If I just said something that might offend anybody, I apologize because I wasn't meant to offend anybody.
He really is sorry. He didn't mean it.
So again, Octagon Hall. Where's that at?
I believe it's in Tennessee.
I'm gonna have to look it up while we're talking.
I had it sitting right here. I don't know what I did with it. It disappeared.
Octagon Hall.
Yeah, remember me telling you about the picture of the two apparitions in the doorway of the male and the female, and then the man, you can see him holding a cane. Keith sent me those. Keith
Okay, I do. Octagon Hall.
Are you Googling it?
Oh, of course I'm Googling.
I'm going to call you Donald.
Hey.
Donald Googles everything.
Well, how else am I going to know what the heck's going on?
I think it's in Tennessee. It's near where Keith lives. I seriously just had it here the other day. Anyways, while you're looking that up to go back to the sleep paralysis thing. Last week we talked about how when I was younger I felt like I woke up, but it felt real. I didn't feel like I was dreaming. And then my mom had messaged me and said premonition, so we thought it was a premonition. But as I talked to her more after the show and kind of did some research on it, come to find out what I was experiencing was sleep paralysis. And for those of you guys that don't know what sleep paralysis is, you've probably experienced, a lot of people experience it and have no idea what it is. But it is when, during awakening or falling asleep, a person is aware but unable to move or speak. During an episode, one may hear, feel, or see things that are not there. It often results in fear, and usually lasts maybe a couple minutes.
I call that alcohol.
I'm drunk. I'm hungover / drunk. But like when you research it, it says between 8% and 50% of people experience sleep paralysis at some time, and about 5% of people have regular episodes. And male and females are affected the same way. They're affected equally. And it is believed to have played a role in the creation of stories about alien abduction and other paranormal events. Is what I read up on it. And then it says sometimes this paralysis is accompanied with the certainty that someone or something is in the room with you. So I don't know what to think of that, because in the whole, what my mom said when I talked to you about earlier kind of comes into play. Because I can't believe she asked me that, but I told her, I said the shadows I was seeing outside my window looked like little alien people.
Did you get butthurt?
No. Not that I can remember anyway.
It is in Kentucky.
Kentucky, okay. What do you got on it?
Not a whole lot. It's got a lot of speculation pieces.
A little card. My little card's here somewhere. He told me there was a fire there that killed some children.
Let's see. It's documented that several soldiers never physically left. There are at least 2 soldiers lie buried on the property.
Does it say something about like a soldier, like a hospital at one point in time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There are stories of wounded soldiers dying from their wounds while hiding in the attic. It looks like they were hiding there from... It is known that any Confederate soldier who would make it to Caldwell's farm would receive shelter. They would hide them in the attic from Union soldiers. And several of them died up there from their wounds. Like many... I apologize, but Shannon just threw this one at me.
Yeah, you're the one that had to research it. I talked about it before.
I drink. I don't remember stuff.
Can't hardly drink anymore. I'm a lightweight. Well, while you're looking up some stuff on that, or you can. I know it's no Sally house, but from what the picture he showed me, I'll have to send it to you or post it to our page, and give him credit for it because he's real big on that too. He sent me a black and white copy of it too, but it looks better with they used like a red bulb. For taking the photo, and you can see the two apparitions like really good. They're right next to a mag light that's turned on too, like they're responding through the mag light.
The one I'm looking at right now, somebody took a picture, and you can make out somebody walking down a hallway or in an aisleway area. That's freaky as hell.
What part of Kentucky is it in?
Kentucky.
Really? Really?
That's a state, Shannon. It's in southern Kentucky. That's all it says.
That's all it says.
Oh, wait, hold on. Franklin, just north of Franklin, Kentucky.
Okay. Thanks, Google.
Google is my friend.
Well, we can jump to some questions. We had quite a few people send in some questions.
Wait, we got something else we got to do first. We got to throw a shout out to the guys in the warehouse.
Oh, okay. I'll let you do that.
Well, I hope you guys are listening. We want to apologize for last week. We were going to play some EVPs for you. So Shannon and I have decided we're going to play a bunch of, from EVPs and let you guys hear them. So stop that forklift. Put down put down the Twinkie. You don't need it right now. Grab a cup of coffee, and we're going to play a few of these for you. I don't know where we want to start with this. Which one we want to do first? I'll let you go first, Shannon.
Okay, well, for some of you guys that have been tuning in from the get-go since we started this show, we did the second episode that we had was with Daryl Wisman from Poasttown Elementary School in Middletown, Ohio. And I've got a lot of my EVPs are from Poasttown, and they're really good EVPs, but I've got 4 posted up here that I'm going to play for you guys. Hopefully you'll hear them pretty good. Let's see. The first one I'm going to play is... There was myself, my oldest daughter, Beth, a good friend of mine, and her niece. We're the only 4 in the building other than Daryl and his wife, which sleep downstairs. But throughout the building during the investigations, we were the only ones up. We were in the mean teacher's room, and you can hear us kind of packing our stuff up because we're getting ready to relocate and move somewhere else in the school. And towards the end, you will hear what sounds like little footsteps running away. The youngest one that was with us was 13 years old, so it obviously was not her. It sounded like a younger child running away, but we don't know who it was, so I will go ahead and play that one for you guys. Hello. You guys have everything?
The questions. Yes. Mine.
That is wild. I love that one.
I still can't. And we've actually caught it on another EVP. I don't have it on this portable hard drive, but we have another one similar in a different area of the school, but it's not as loud. And then I'm going to turn this one down a little bit because it gets kind of loud. I'll play this one. I'll play it one more time for you guys. So in case you guys didn't hear it, you guys do hear us talking, but the footsteps running away towards the end, that was not one of the 4 of us. Hello. Do I have everything?
The questions. Yes. Mine.
It sounded like someone going down a set of steps. Like, kids running down a hallway in a set of steps.
Right outside the doorway of the mean teacher's room to the right-hand side is a stairwell.
That sounded, wow. It sounded like kids running down a set of steps because when I run down a set of steps, it shakes a house.
It was definitely a child. You could tell just the way that the feet, the sound of it. It was somebody younger than my daughter, who was 13 at the time.
That's awesome.
This one here is all of us, the 4 of us in what they call the special needs room up on the 2nd floor. And you'll hear my daughter ask a question, and then you'll hear a response, and then you'll hear Beth go, So I'm gonna leave this one up at the volume. I'm not sure how loud it'll be.
Like, if people got in trouble, did they, run away?
So the voice in the middle is not one of us. It was like them responding to my daughter. And that was the one where she said something about getting in trouble, and then you hear a spirit go, "I'm not in trouble." And then you hear Beth go, So I'll play it one more time.
Like, if people got in trouble, did they, like, run away?
And I think that was just the EVP. That wasn't through the spirit box. I didn't hear the spirit box on.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing in the background.
And then this one is just weird because, with the four of us standing in one little room, most of the doors are open when you're investigating, unless they do like a public and you want to be in the room privately, then you kind of close the door. But with just the four of us there, most of the doors are all open. But you hear in the background, you hear what sounds like a door opening or closing. And we didn't hear that while we were there. I have no idea what door that was, or it doesn't sound like it was right next to us, but...
No, it sounded like for a little bit of distance away.
I'll play it one more time. And I hear Daryl talking too, so Daryl must have been with us there.
So the first one I've got is we were up at Edinburgh, and this is one of my most the one I like that seemed to like the most, or one of the ones I really like. I had a group of people in the basement, and we were just sitting around down at the table in the laundry room. And I had been earlier on the evening, we had been talking about how someone was there. A female voice kept telling our medium that was with us to get out. We were in trouble, and I wanted to talk to that person. So I'm going to play it, and then we'll go more into it. So
okay.
They can't hurt you. They can't stop you.
So it was right before the deep breath. If you hear it in the background, play it. I'm going to turn it up and play it one more time.
They can't hurt you. They can't stop you.
I heard it.
Everybody that we've played that for, after you listen to it a couple times, always is either hearing she's gone or she's dead. And every time I listen to it, the only thing I can hear is she's dead.
Can you play it one more time? Because I hear more than 2 words.
They can't hurt you. They can't stop you.
Okay, I hear. Okay, that was a female that I heard say what you were saying about she's dead.
Yeah, and we don't that knocking noise in the very beginning, right before it. We have no idea what the hell that was either. I still don't know where that came from.
Well, it sounded like you guys heard it, though. You guys acknowledged kind of that you heard that.
Well, no, we didn't hear it till we played it back.
That's weird.
Yeah. So the other one I want to play, this one's kind of a little bit longer one, and for anybody who's listening, we were Riverside, Iowa Paranormal. That's our group. We're on vacation, and we went to Gettysburg, and this is actually Michelle standing at the cannons, and she's kind of describing, how it's about the cannons, and they loaded up on fire, so it's close to the end when you hear it, but here you go.
Doing the backside view from where the cannons were. Loading up.
Now, real quick, that talking you hear in the background,
that's you, right?
That's my big voice, my big old mouth.
And firing.
I love that.
Yeah, that was one of the wildest ones I think we've had from out there, just to get that fire and then to go down in a couple other areas. So, as anybody knows who does any paranormal ghost hunting investigation-y thingy, whatever you want to call it, everybody's going to have bloopers. I
love
play
bloopers.
I want to play this first one because this is the one Shannon wanted me to play, and
This is a good one. It's funny.
I don't. So, here's our blooper.
Sven Sie Deutsch. Parlez-vous français?
Habla español.
Jive turkey?
Wait.
It sounded like it repeated him.
I know. I didn't realize it did that until just now.
Is that the Phasma box?
Yeah.
And
Don't look at me. And I'm walking fast.
Fucking Indian.
Hello, my name is Sanjay.
So if you can't have fun and do this at the same time, there's no reason to do it.
gotta have fun with it. Yeah, I mean, there are going to be nights where you go out and investigate, and all you hear is crickets. So you got to start doing something just to have a good time.
So this
So it's
last
not a
one,
waste of time.
this last one I kind of have, or this next one I kind of have. I'm hoping this is what it is. I'm hoping this is not some kind of porn thing that I downloaded and I stuck in here by accident. So if it's what I'm thinking of, it's back up in Edinburgh, and there was a bunch of people with us, and we had a great time. We were in a room. There was a couple ladies who are vertically impaired. They were kind of short, and one of them was actually sitting in a chair. And I'll play it, and then I'll kind of go from there.
Okay.
Why isn't it playing?
You broke it.
It's broken. Okay, so that one's not working. We have some technical difficulties.
Welcome to TeamSpeak.
Yay! Oh, what did I just hit?
Is that
Sarah.
No, not that one. Why isn't this playing? What's this one?
Are you
Birds.
trying to communicate with us? I heard. Are we supposed to be quiet?
Oh, that was we were driving along. We found a cemetery out in the middle of nowhere, and we
Good
just decided to stop because that's what we do.
Because that's what we do. We just see a cemetery and get out and check it out.
And no one was there to chew our ass out, and they were actually pretty cool with it. And they told us about some other areas up there, and we started going to them.
Oh, heck yeah.
What else you got?
EVPs wise, I'm done.
Oh, God. What's this?
I have
I don't-
the one, but I don't really know how to explain it because it's a female's voice talking. I'll go ahead and play it, and you tell me what you hear. It's the faint voice towards the end. You hear like
It sounded like a little kid.
well, you hear Michaela talking, and then like the whisper. It sounds like it says it's just him. Right towards the end. I'll play it again. It's just him, or he's just here, or something like that.
What was Michaela saying?
I don't know. I'll play it again. It sounded like she said something about something moving somewhere.
That's a weird one.
I know, and we get a lot, and that was in the gymnasium at Post Town. Post Town is really good, really good for EVPs, man.
I'm hoping that we have the Farrar School getting ready to start up in July, and I'm hoping beyond hope that we get some really good things out of there, especially after, like I said last week, the history we're learning about that place is just amazing, between the molestations that happened there and the KKK burning crosses in the front yard and the being part of the Underground Railroad. It's just I'm really looking forward to that one. That's kind of one of those ones, and it is a school. It's another school, and you get a lot of people talk about, well, the schools normally probably won't have things. I'm thinking schools are going to have quite a lot. A lot of things happen in some old schools that just people didn't know about.
Well, and I mean, like, if you think about like Poasttown Elementary School, other than the train accidents that happened like 10 years apart, the same exact day but 10 years apart, the back part of the property was used as a makeshift triage. But when the school was built, they didn't actually have anybody pass in the school. They did have the little girl that was pushed or fell down the stairwell, but she did not pass there. She passed either in the ambulance on the way to the hospital or after the hospital and when she got home. But she didn't actually pass at the school. And then they had, I guess, 2 little boys out in front of the school got hit by a car. The janitor actually passed in the trailer park around the corner.
So things did happen on the property, though.
Well, Tyler says that there's some soldiers buried there on the property. He actually said there was like 10 soldiers buried there, which Beth and I just kind of looked at each other because we didn't even know that story. But other than the school, in the school after it was built, no, I don't think there's any record of anybody actually passing in there. We have gotten EVPs of. We've asked were they part of the spirits if they were part of the train accident, and we've gotten yeses and we've gotten nos. We've got some. Go ahead.
I was going to say, just remember, it's not always the school itself; it's the property that the school sits on. So yeah,
right. And I mean that's like a lot of the locations we go to. They're either on top or near Indian burial grounds.
Yes.
So, and then when you get a property like the Bel Air house that's like right next to the river, and then has an Indian burial ground near it too, like it has all the elements for just having a creepy location.
So we may need to actually fly you in just to work with Riverside, Iowa Paranormal. We actually have been we have actually been asked to do an entire town, a small town. Yeah.
Is it like an abandoned town or just?
Nope, it's up and active. About probably I want to say maybe 1,800 to 2,000 people live there.
Where's it at?
In southern Iowa.
Oh. You guys are just trying to get me to come to Iowa. Were you going to lock me up in your basement so I can't leave?
Well, yeah.
Henry and the guys love the EVPs.
Awesome.
Henry sent me a message, said they love the show tonight. So if you want to, we got about 20 minutes left, 25 minutes. I had a lot of questions sent in. I don't know if you got any, but.
Well, I don't have any questions, but we do want to announce that since we've been just doing EVPs, we're going to give you guys, we're going to throw a little contest out there. We're going to throw a little contest and say, anybody else that has EVPs, send us your best EVP. Now, first of all, you got to go to our page and like our page. Then you got to post your EVP and give us just kind of a description. You don't have to give us exactly where it's at because we don't want to steal anybody's thunder.
Right.
To taking your location. We're going to judge the EVPs. And Shannon, what's their prize going to be?
You guys will be able to go to my paracord page on Facebook, which is Venom Paracord and Things on Facebook, and pick an item of your choice off of my paracord page for free.
So once again, you have until Sunday night, well, sometime Sunday, whatever. We're going to start listening to these. We're going this Sunday. We're going to listen to them, start listening to them on Monday and Tuesday, and then we're going to announce the winner on Wednesday on our next show. So that person's going to win. Now, we're going to try to do these little competitions every now and then, these little contests, but this is our first one. So give us your EVP. Give us your best one. And EVPs with bloopers are also welcome. So send them on in.
I'll tell you what, we'll pick, if we get a bunch of EVPs coming in, we will pick like, if there's a lot, then we'll pick like the top 10. And we will try and do like a poll on our Facebook page and let you guys pick who you think should win.
And then we'll judge it and pick our own winner. No, just kidding. So get those EVPs in here. All right. Yes. So now the fun part, question time.
These are actually pretty good questions. I was kind of reading them over. Like part of me wanted to start writing my answers down because I didn't know how I was going to pull these answers out my ass.
Well, then you get it. I asked almost all the questions last week, so
you did. I got 6 good ones, and I don't know if we'll get to all of them because you know how we are with answering questions.
So go for it.
All right. So one of the questions is, if you do not find anything on an investigation, does that mean the place is not haunted?
Not necessarily, no. Remember, we can't pay these ghosts to come out, though these spirits or haunts or whatever we want to call them, to come out. That just means, and this is kind of how I feel, you almost, for the very first time you go into a place, you almost have to try to feel welcome there. And if they don't think you're supposed to be there, they may not make a sound. We may not get a thing. So no, that doesn't necessarily mean it's not haunted. That's my opinion.
I'm the same way, and like a lot of locations that we go into, if you go in with a shitty attitude and a provoking attitude, they might not respond to you at all the whole time you're there. I do have, like Randolph County Asylum, where Beth and I were, we had spirits that responded better to when we'd say please or thank you.
Oh yeah.
I had a guy ask one question. He was one of our guests at Randolph. He asked the same question like 4 or 5 times, one after another, got no response. So I asked him, I said, can you ask the same question, but say please at the end of the question? And he did, and got a response right away. Now, will that happen everywhere you go? No, not necessarily. I can't promise that, but it works at some locations.
Agreed. Much agreed. So yeah, you're not necessarily going to get anything right away or even at all. And does that mean it's not a good investigation? No, that just means, we got to try a little bit next time.
And I mean, that's like our face apparition we caught on video at Post Town. That was the very first time we went and investigated Post Town. We haven't caught anything like that since. And I'm there every other weekend almost. But we haven't caught anything that good since we've been there, but we still keep going back. It's still a fun place to investigate.
Cool.
Let's see here. Somebody asked, do you take guests on your investigation?
Define guests.
Well, I mean, I didn't know how to take that one either, because where Bill and I work through Ghost Hunts USA, every weekend that we work for Ghost Hunts USA, we always have guests.
And I mean, when we do, there's sometimes we kind of look at our schedule and go, okay, we're not doing anything this weekend, and we're not working for Ghost Hunts this weekend. We don't have a private investigation. Let's go out and find a place. Let's just, again, we're driving along and we decide we saw a cemetery. We want to go back and try it out. We will take people, on hunts like that.
Oh yeah, okay.
Hey, come on with us. If you want to go, let's go. But to and like when we're doing private ones, we kind of treat it the same way we treat where I work. There's almost like a HIPAA thing. I don't want people to know exactly where we're at. They don't need to know this, But the bigger ones for ghost hunts, again, yeah, we have 200 guests, 150 guests every night. So, yeah.
I mean, we're the same way. I've went to the same, once Post Town. I've actually taken Donald. Donald hit me up. He said, I want to investigate somewhere. So we went up and investigated Post Town. And I mean, Donald's a trooper. Even the very first time that I took him, he was like, can I go down the hallway and sit in a room by myself? I'm like, sure, Donald, go for it.
Well, see ya.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem doing that there. I mean, I'm really comfortable at Post Town, but I mean, it's the same thing at Randolph. I was really comfortable there before we left too.
See, we did not feel very comfortable the very first, probably the first 2 times we were at Edinburgh. This last time we went, it was really weird. It was almost like we were welcome, and it was one of the most busiest nights. It was kind of, even though we had guests, when we first got there, the 5 of us, and just started getting things set up, it was a different feeling. Like they were like, hey, you're back, welcome. So,
true.
Stuff just started happening when we first got there. It's like, okay, this is going to be a busy night.
Henry and the guys just sent us a question too.
Uh-oh, I'm scared now.
He said, as security guards, we walk around alone in and out of buildings. The guards want to know if they were to use a personal body camera like the Black Hawk. That's the name one guard gave him. They want to know if that would be good enough to pick something up.
Yes. Almost every camera.
Yeah.
It just depends on if it wants to be seen. And what, wow, We get people that bring those. We had one lady who brought her daughter's Minnie Mouse Instagram camera, taking the instant photos, and she was catching things on those. So that isn't real high quality, but the ones you guys are using or your body cams are probably a lot more high quality, and I may have to look that up because I may have to get me one. Yeah.
Look what you did, Henry. Look what you did.
Damn it, Henry! Don't tell my wife. I spent enough money. So yeah, they should not have any problem picking it up.
The ones they use for security guards, I mean, that one might be better than like the GoPro Hero 3. That's what I caught the face apparition on. It's not a full spectrum night vision camera or anything. It's just a regular action camera that caught that.
Yeah.
So there's no telling.
But remember, Henry, if you're wearing it on the front of your shirt when you're running scared, it won't catch what's chasing you.
Put one on the backside too, Henry. You guys got to put one in the front and the back.
So we can have an action photo.
And make sure there's audio so we can hear you guys screaming if you ever catch something. Let's see here. Someone said, I am thinking of starting my own paranormal team. What advice can you give me?
Slow down.
Don't. No,
slow down. First of all, forget all the hype you see on TV. It's all a lot of it's a lot of worked up hype. Slow down. Do your investigation the right way. If you're going to go to a building that you've known about, so you got old Mr. Johnson's farm down the street. You want to go there. Well, what do you know about it? Get people that, first of all, you want to have somebody that you know if you scream, they're going to scream, and then you'll scream and run together. So you kind of back up. I say never investigate alone because you have to be able to prove what happened. But slow down.
Well, not only that, but you got to outrun the person you bring with you too.
Yeah, you don't have to be the fastest. You just don't have to be. You just don't want to be the slowest. But no, slow down and just kind of do your investigation the right way. Put your team together. Whether your team's 2 people or 50, put your team together of people you trust, people that are going to have, like you said, Shannon, really good attitudes. Right. You have to have an open mind and a good attitude to do this. If you come in being bitchy about, when you first get like, oh, this is going to suck, you're not going to get anything.
Well, not only that, but if you come in like telling spirits what to do, like do this, do that, if you really do exist, do that, they're just going to stand back and laugh at you. And
you're not going to get a thing.
And then you'll hear crickets.
Yeah, but like I said, slow down, take a deep breath. You look at your investigation. Investigate not just the building, but again the property. Go to the library, read up about it, so you know what's going on. You may even have a name that you can ask. So, old Mr. Johnson, he didn't die here, but Ethel, his housemaid, did. Ethel, is this you? Are you here with us? So get information before you get started. Don't just run into one. That's my biggest suggestion.
Sometimes I like to get information, but sometimes I like to go in blind too. And that way, if I do catch anything like a name or anything else like that, and then I go do some research and a name lines up like a puzzle piece.
Well, I'm not saying everybody has the information. You just we only have 1 or 2 people on our team that do the back. Like if we're going to do an old house, they do the research. We go and do it, and then we see what we got, and then they tell us about what happened there, who died there, whatever, and then we line things up. So just go with an open mind. Have a team of people you like. You don't want to take anybody you don't like unless you're going to leave them there.
And make sure that you know them very well enough that they're not going to be making noise off in the distance and contaminating your investigation.
Yeah, that's the biggest ones. That's a really big one. Yeah, people do that all the time.
Yeah, we've had other groups do that to us.
We've had, and I know human nature is human nature, and people are there's a lot of people that come to these things like we do with the bigger groups that don't want to be there. My wife talked me into it, blah, blah, blah. And you can tell they're the ones making the noises. And we always ask, hey, did somebody make that noise? And nobody says a word. And later on you hear them whispering, see, I made that, and they don't even know what it was. Well, that's really kind of uncool. So, yeah, make sure you know the people, you trust them, build your team, Don't worry about all the hype you see on TV. You're not going to go out and catch the rosebud killer on video the first time you go out, and if you do, call me. I'll come up and we'll try to get him again. But yeah, just slow down. That's the biggest thing. Start easy, start slow.
And don't go out and blow money on a bunch of equipment, bunch of fancy equipment. Go get a recorder, a couple of recorders. You don't even have to have a camera. Use the camera on your phone or something. Just don't go out and spend a bunch of money. And go investigate with just, your bodies and a couple of recorders and see what you can pick up. And then just slowly start using equipment that you'll start getting used to equipment, and you'll start realizing, oh, I spent this much money on equipment, but this is the only piece that I use out of all of it. Trust me, that's where I am.
Oh, yeah.
I have equipment just sitting in cases in my basement, and, that I hardly ever use. I use like the same 2 or 3 pieces every time I go investigate.
And you're also going to find out, I don't know who asked that question, but you're also going to find out that sometimes you may have a bunch of equipment that doesn't work for you. Let some of your other team members try it, because sometimes it will work for them. We have pieces of equipment that don't do anything for me, but I give it to Kelly or Michelle or Amy, and they catch something every time.
Yeah, it's different energy. Everybody gives off their own energy.
Yep.
Let's. You want one more question? We got about 12 minutes. It's up to you.
Keep going.
If you could work side by side with one of the paranormal celebs, who would it be?
Wow.
I told you these were a couple good questions. I'm like, man, that's a really good one.
I wasn't ready for that one.
Well, if one of the, I've had the opportunity to meet quite a few paranormal celebrities. I mean, you got Chad Lindbergh, of course, who helps us out sometimes, and then I've met Dustin Perry.
Who, by the way, is nuttier than 4 fruitcakes sometimes.
Oh, God. Chad's
he is awesome.
If you guys ever get a chance to look up an event that Chad Lindbergh will be at, do it. You will have a blast during that investigation. He has fun with it. Absolute fun with it.
And Chad, if you're listening, it was all out of fun. I love you.
I mean, Dustin Perry and KJ McCormick from Ghost Hunters. Taylor got to tag along with Dustin Perry at Post Town. I've met John Zappis, Keith Age. But the only one that I have not met that I have always liked in all the shows, he's from Ghost Hunters International, and that is Rob Demarest.
Rob Demarest. Oh, okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I had the opportunity to meet him, but the event had got canceled after I won some tickets to it at Fox Hollow Farm. So I was kind of bummed.
I guess one of the people I would like to do it with would be Jason Hawes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd love to go with him and even his group. I think they're just some of the way they do some of the things is just really awesome.
Do you know the name of his group?
Jason is with wasn't Jason in the original Taps group?
He might have. Keith would know that.
Keith, where are you at?
I know he's probably not even listening because he lives out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I'm positive. He's the bald guy.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I like watching the way he works. I mean, he's not afraid to get jumpy when it happens, but he's just the way he approaches things. I think it'd be really awesome to work with him once, or just even tag along to watch.
Yeah, any of those guys would probably be cool to hang out with.
Oh God, yeah.
And I mean, I've investigated with Keith. Keith came out to the Randolph County the asylum, and spent the weekend with us. His car had actually got broke into the night before he came, and his FLIR was stolen.
Ugh.
Yeah, like one of the expensive ones.
That's not fun.
No, they had a rough weekend. They're married now, him and Angel. Yeah, he was an absolute blast to hang out with and investigate with. We got some really good EVPs there with him. Dustin Perry's a trip too. He's not much different. And Chad's a little more crazy when he's investigating, he's a little more active, but Dustin he's not far behind him as far as, active and moving and talking, and Hey, my daughter absolutely loves Dustin.
And I'm kind of more like one of the technical guys on our group. I do a lot of the videotaping and the other stuff.
Well, that's why we get along.
I would like to tag along once with Ben Hansen, the guy the video guy, and just because everything seems to happen to him.
But I investigated with him and Chad at Crown Point.
Really?
Yeah, Ben is awesome too. He's really tall.
Fair.
I'm 5'11", and he was I had to look up at him.
Is he that tall? He doesn't look that tall on video.
He's tall. I'll post a picture of him on our page. But if you guys don't know who Ben Hansen is, if you ever get a chance to check out Fact or Faked, is the show he's on, and he's real big into UFOs and all kinds of stuff, the paranormal. If you ever get a chance to watch that show, Fact or Fake, there's a lot of interesting stuff on that show.
He was also on Paranormal Lockdown, wasn't he?
Was he? Oh, he might have been on an episode or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was. Didn't they bring in, who was the other one they brought in? A little short. I don't think it was a Tango brother. I can't remember his name. They bring in celebrities all the time, other people, but Ben is awesome. Him and Chad together. Yeah, that was a fun night in Indiana.
What about Nick Groff and Katrina Weidman? Is it Weidman or Weidman?
I don't know how you say it. I would hang with Katrina before I hung out with Nick.
Why?
I don't know. Beth has met Nick before.
Okay.
She investigated. She did the Nick Groff tour on the Queen Mary.
I so want to go on that ship.
I do too. You should see. I'll have to get the picture from Charlotte. One of the pictures they took. It's a gentleman up in the. It's like It used to be like a ladder or some kind of walkway going up to this opening, but they don't have it there anymore, so people can't walk up there anymore. But there's an opening up above, and it looks like this guy's just kind of leaning out and got his hand, his fist on the side of his chin, and you can see him. He's got a hat on.
Really?
But it's a really good picture. I'll have to get that, see if I can get it from Beth and post it to the page so everybody else can check it out. But yeah, the Queen Mary, I guess they opened up a lot more areas to be able to investigate there too.
Yeah, we were reading on that the other night just because my wife and I'll sit down and go, okay, bucket list places. So Queen Mary is definitely on our bucket list place. That's one we have to go to. While we were seeing some of the areas, they've had some areas sealed off where no one's been allowed to go, not even the people that work in the hotel there.
Right.
And they've started, like you said, they've started opening them up. And people will go in and be only in there for a little while. Like I'm out of here. No, I don't want to go back there. So,
where I'd really like to go that doesn't do it anymore is Alcatraz.
Listen, we talked about Alcatraz once. It's my favorite prison out of every prison that I know, and I was within probably 75 feet of it, and they had to turn the boat around. Just let me pull up there. Let me put my foot out.
Jump out and swim.
Yeah. No.
Well, this will be our last question of the night because it's kind of what we were just talking about. But somebody asked, are there any locations that we have investigated or we haven't investigated in a while that we'd love to go back to?
Well, if you listened to the show last week, or it was not last week, it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, my favorite location that I really want to go is back to Auschwitz over in Germany. I so want to go back there.
Well, you're just lucky enough to be able to go there.
Well...
But see, I miss Randolph County. I haven't been there since last November. Randolph County Asylum.
See, there's so many places that I haven't been. I honestly, that would be the one I'd want to go back to. But there's so many places I haven't been that we're looking forward to start going to, that I honestly, maybe that's not going to be my favorite one. I don't know yet. It's just, I want to go, I want to start hitting as many different places as we can. So, never know. I might even go going camping this weekend. Might even do a little ghost hunting while I'm camping. You never know what happened.
I'm cool with the camping and investigating. I want to be able to sleep at night.
Oh, I sleep at night.
Headphones and some music. I can't hear nothing. So we got about, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes maybe.
Yeah, so we want to throw it back out to remember our
Contest.
That too. We got that contest going, so get those EVPs in. We'll start listening to them on Monday. If we get, like Shannon said, if we get some good ones, we'll put them out there and let everybody vote on them. Shannon's going to donate a nice prize. Let someone pick out something there, and yeah. Keep the stuff coming in. Keep the questions coming in. I love questions.
I know you guys are doing awesome with the questions.
And
these questions tonight were really good.
We will have hopefully some great guests coming up here pretty soon. Like I said, our guest that couldn't make it this week due to some technical difficulties, we'll have her on next week. We'll hit her up on some things and see how many questions we can throw at her and how much fun we can have there. And
I'm afraid to try and say her name because I'm afraid I'll say it wrong.
And if anybody's got any suggestions about guests that you would like to have us on our show, or that we'd like to have on our show, I can't talk there. Let us know. Send us some information.
I will do my best to try and track them down and get them on here.
We will try. We promise.
And thank you, Henry, to all the guys out there listening. That was a good question. I hope we answered it all right for you.
And if you get anything, Henry, remember, get it into us.
Yeah, if you guys catch any kind of evidence, send it in. And if you guys ever want to check out the locations that Bill and I work at, if you go to ghosthuntsusa.com, you can see a list of all of our locations, pricings, and dates of when these events go on. So be sure to check that out. Make
sure you jump in there and say, hey, we want Shannon and Bill to be there.
Yeah, so we can work more.
Thank you guys, everybody who's been listening. Shannon, awesome job tonight.
You too, buddy. You too, as always.
Thank you. Of course. I love working with you.
Always fun.
And we'll